In this presentation, you will learn about marginalization as a concept in sociology. The concept of marginalization permeates the current literature but is rarely defined. When it is discussed, it is usually related to the concepts of inclusion and social exclusion. It is a fact that social exclusion and marginalization appear to be interchangeable. Hansen observes that inclusion can only be understood through an investigation as to what constitutes exclusion. In that sense, these two are interrelated and interdependent processes. A cursory look at the literature on the discourse around marginalization and social exclusion reveals that there are a range of conceptualizations. Marginalization may relate to the social exclusion arising from a lack of equal opportunities and barriers to learning and participation. It may relate to social justice and equity seen through the lens of cultural and social capital. It may refer to specific groups perceived to be especially vulnerable to exclusion and stigmatization. It may pertain to the social and relational aspect of poverty. It could be expressed through clauses of conditionality within the realm of public policy. It could relate to the need to give marginalized groups a voice. Marginalization can be understood to be contextually related, wherein social exclusion is perceived as a process constituting relativity. One could be seen as marginalized in relation to others within the same context. Marginalization is also understood in terms of agency in that it does not occur by chance, rather it arises from actions and/or circumstances. The process of marginalization is dynamic. The interaction between sets of variables within the environment will display significant impact upon future prospects. These are not discrete categories, but interdependent and interconnected to each other. Marginalization describes the position of individuals, populations, or groups who are positioned outside of mainstream society, living at the margins of those in the center of power, cultural dominance, and economical and social welfare. Marshall defined marginalization as a process by which a group or individual is denied access to important positions and symbols of economic, religious, or political power within any society. A marginal group may actually constitute a numerical majority and should perhaps be distinguished from a minority group which may be small in numbers but has access to political or economic power. Danel et al. Observes that marginalized groups are kept away from power and resources, the same resources that enable self-determination in economic political settings. People in the margin have an inherent characteristic, that is, they have poor access to economic and other resources like education, health, and social welfare. Another characteristic is that their participation and self-determination are on a low level. However, definitions of what is regarded as marginalized are highly dependent on the historical and socio-economic context of a society. I hope you now have a better understanding of the concept of marginalization. Thank you for watching the presentation.